Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void, and today going to be a bonus match between Chee and MackWinston here on Berlingrad. Hey, you know it's from before the patch that we're on now because it's from the old map pool. Hooray! New map pool last week. Woof! It's just the maps from the DreamHack Valencia tournament that was held earlier this month. So if you're watching DreamHack or watch the VODs, you're pretty darn familiar with them, but if you haven't, woof, you're in for a surprise. Okay, man, top left, we've got Chee, who's a red Terran player. In the bottom right, it is MackWinston. MackWinston. What are we doing? Are we just scouting out? Okay, about a 16 scout here. That's cool. I'm down. On the other side, our Terran Chee is not scouting at all, which is fine. You scout with the Reaper, and you can pretty much figure out what's going on. Although you do, you know, even though you have the Reaper, you might want to send an SCV down. And make sure it's not a pool first play, because where that Reaper is matters a lot. I mean, MackWinston here. Interesting build. Going for, okay, a hatch. Oh, gas pool. Here's the gas. I thought the gas would be here. No, it's not. Anyway, MackWinston is a patron of mine at patreon.com/FalconPaladin. For the sum of just, $10 a month there, gives him access to send me one replay every single month. I will cast it. I will put it on the main channel. And it will be a good time. Had by all. There you go. Second base timing from Chee. Pretty good. I'd say both these players have a pretty good grasp on how to play this matchup. I played a 1v1 the other day, because every time there's a new season, I'm like, well, I might as well play a couple 1v1s and see how it goes. I'll match up against a Masters 1 player from my D2 perspective, and I was like, oh. And he Maru'd me. He just went mech. He went mech with Terrans and Hellions and Hellbats and Widowmines and Ghosts, and I was like, huh. Well, alright then. I did kill his first attack. That was great, but just couldn't keep up. He'd expanded like twice during that attack, and I just couldn't make it happen. To be fair, I was a moron. I tried to attack head first and do a couple of his better setup positions, and I was like, nope. I should have expanded a bunch and tried to attack expansions that were maybe less defended. Anyway, there's things you can learn from playing StarCraft on your own. You find your own weaknesses and what you're bad at. I'm bad at dealing with mech. Anyway, this is a Reaper. Reaper name is, well, he did something, I guess. This is a reference to Shrug. It's a Joseph Atwell right there. This Reaper's name is, who's hiding. Ooh, I kind of like this. And then, denying the third. Oh, are you kidding me? Then he denies the third. Oh, man, that's disgusting. Come back. Come back, camera. Denying the third. You know, that reminds me of something that happened in that game that I played. The Terran, same thing. He had a Reaper ready to try to deny the third base. Yeah, so the Lings are like, jump, jump. This is why you keep the Reaper at home. And he threw a KD8 charge that he thought would block the hatch from going down, but it didn't. If there's a KD8 charge somewhere, you can actually build on top of it before it explodes. How crazy is that? I thought that was crazy, and I thought it would block it, and the Terran that I played against was like, yeah, me too. That's why I did it. Anyway, woof, learning stuff. We're all doing it. How often? Never attempted is the thing, right? I guess that's the thing. If it worked, we would see it happen because the pros would do it, and you'd be like, oh, it's a denial of the base with the power of the KD8 charge, but instead they don't even try it, so that's why it doesn't work. That's how we know it doesn't work. All right, third base, Ka-chow, looking good. He also harassed me with Cloak Banshees, which was like, that was rough too. I had Queens, I had Spores, but like he found nice little pockets to attack me where my Spores weren't providing detection, and it was like, why are you so good at this game? Why are you so much better than I am? It was very frustrating. Pachoo. What do we got? Nothing crazy here. 2 racks, 1 factory, 1 starport, 2-1-1-ish. On the play here from Chee. Not floating a ton of cash either. I love that. He's about 24 SCVs. Should probably honestly have more at this point in the game, but, you know, he's also making Hellions and his Reaper's still alive. So that's pretty good stuff. Mac, on the other hand, has a handful of Lings and some Queens to try to keep him alive, while he just tries to drone his face off and saturate third bases, which is hard to do when you don't have anything to kill these Hellions. Don't you rightly know. Ooh, we're going to use Banelings for this. Okay. Sweet. Banelings coming in. They're going to be slow Banes, which is rough to deal. Try to kill Hellions with slow Banes. It's not a good feeling. So are we still SCVing over here? Yeah, making 2 SCVs at a time. He's up to 28 SCVs now. Building supply depots. Everything looks good for our Terran buddy. Creep spread is really important. And the fact that MackWinston has connected all 3 of his bases with the creep spread is nice and wonderful and very good. And again, this creep tumor's here because he was expecting to have a hatch down this way. But instead, he had to take it over here on the right side of the map instead because of the Reaper. No, what a rally. You had your Overlords rallied here at some point. I guess it wasn't the Overlords, it was the Lings that were rallied up here. Oh, that hurts. That hurts me. That hurts me immensely. When you rally your Overlords across the map and they die, relatable. Hashtag relatable. All right, Mac, you need some drones here, bud. You're, well, actually, hang on a second. It's a Marine Marauder drop. So, slow Banes and Queens are going to try to defend this. Oh, this at the same time? Dude, chee, honestly. Oh, he just straight up donates a Hellion there, though. That's not ideal. And then suddenly, ow, Queen dies. And then suddenly, Queen runs away. And then suddenly, you gotta bring all your Lings to deal with this stuff, and then the Hellions can maybe dive in, maybe get into the main base and start killing some things, but now it's a little bit too much for Chee. He moved them. So he knows that's possible. Everything's up here. The Lings are like, wait, the Hellions, and bah, we're back to a defensive position. He's like, oh, we can kill some Speedlings, say the Hellions. Just run away from them. It's how you kill Lings, is you run away from the Lings. It feels cowardly. It kind of is, but it's also the effective way to deal with Zerglings. And well, especially if you're a Terran. Really, there's no reason to attack into a million Zerglings if you don't have to. Is this an expansion attempt? Yeah, but oh, look at this. Look at this Overlord. No, we're just... What? Oh, like maybe if this medevac was on fire and it needed repairing, I'd be like, all right, that's cool. Okay. Double-pronged attacks. Let's go. So he sends this one into the main. This is great. If you're a Terran player and you're struggling against Zerg, this is how you do it. You harass them. You have to harass them. You got to make them think about something other than making drones for the first 7 minutes of the game. Because if you don't do that, then they'll just have 87 drones. And you'll be a sad panda. But instead, look, it's only 50 workers. Because he has to deal with all this garbage. He's making queens, making extra queens to replace the ones that are dying. Right? He has to replace drones that keep dying here too. 6 drones have gone down. 23 Lings have died. He has to make Lings instead of drones. He has to pull workers off of the minerals for a while. That sucks. We're just making 1 million. Yes. This may be overkill, Mac. I love you, but maybe this is overkill. 2, maybe 3, maybe like 5 is a lot. It's a lot of detection for these Widow Mines, which it's another drop. So Chee's starting to float some cash here. He really needs a third base. The Banelings have speed too, which completely changes this game. You know, almost casually wandered. Oh, using Banelings to kill Hellions not ideal. Almost casually wandered some drones on top of these Widow Mines. It's cool. Chee, get a third base. Oh, he's got a third base up. Land it, Chee. You have all of the pressure. The Zerg player doesn't want to move out now at all. The Zerg player can't move out at all. You got 20 Lings and 8 Banelings. It's like, okay, fair, actually. That could cause some problems for your third base. But also, you're making other stuff. Widow Mines, run in, surround. The Hellions protecting them. What a symbiotic relationship that is, man. The Widow Mines are like, we can cover you if the Lings show up, and the Hellions are like, we'll cover you while you burrow, and they're friends forever. Third base, go. Dude, Chee, you're building another command center. Land this one somewhere. Chee is killing me. I think Chee's ahead in this game, but he might lose that lead if he just sits here on 2 bases forever and ever. Sometimes that happens. More drones. Great. +2 melee attack. Great. +1 ground carapace. Another hatchery. Love the double macro hatch. Mac's like, I'm floating cash too. I will do the right thing and make macro hatches. See, Mac's responding properly to this. I think he's behind. Ooh, I like the Hydras, actually. Ooh, Marine. Ugh. Attack with the spine. Ooh, kill the Hellbat. Nice. Banelings. Ooh, pulling back to the Widow Mines is really smart. This is great. Like, he's doing everything but macroing well. Yeah, the Widow Mine connection on that group of Banelings was massive. But then there were kind of enough Banelings that it didn't really matter. The Widow Mines get cleaned out thanks to the plethora of Overseers that exist at the moment. An army value is suddenly only 44 for Chee, but only 38 for Mac. So not ideal, I would say. Not ideal at all. Look at this, man. No third bases. Chee has made a vow, like monks make a vow of celibacy, and so do nuns. But you know what? Chee's vow was to never take a third base. He was allowed to make extra command centers, but he has to keep them in his existing bases, apparently, and just focus all of his attention on dropping and pushing with smaller numbers of medevacs and Marines and Marauders, which is like, okay. Again, this is good. He's really kept constant pressure up on Mac, and that's fantastic. But the fact that he doesn't have a third at 10 minutes is going to kill him. All right, all right. Oh, the queen. Are you serious? 4 HP on that queen, and she gets away. She's like, queens are too tanky. I hate queens. They're too good. It's like, you know, make a point. Fourth base for MackWinston. This is almost too much. Like, having a fourth base against a two-basing Terran is just like an embarrassment of riches. Hey, Chee! What the heck is this, Chee? Chee's like, what if I build the command center and I don't land it where it should go? Does that count as breaking my vow? And everyone's like, fine, Chee. You can build it over here and it won't count as a third. Oh, snap, but that's a base. Oh, snap. And he's landing this one too. She's like, okay, hold on. I've been doing macro things this whole time. Let me do macro things real quick. And while I'm doing macro things, I'm going to attack the Zerg. I love it. I love the play very much. Oh, I leave some Marauders behind. That's not great. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And he's got another drop coming in here too. So these dogs are scouting this base, but they're not going to tell anyone anything at all. Mac's getting pathogen glands, as we always say in these lower league games. 200 APM for Chee's pretty good, though. But higher now for Mac at about 400. Whoever wins these lower league games is usually the one who can use spellcasters. If you can use ghosts or, like, do Widow Mines count? Oh, as a spellcaster? I don't know, but this is a 23 kill Widow Mine, and all of those were Lings. That's pretty good stuff, but then there's Hydras and stuff. So we're Hydra Ling baiting it. With some Infestor play, the spawning pool died and needs to be replanted, but there's units running over the place where he wants to plant it. And I was going to say, no, that's a problem. That is a problem. Because now the drone won't do it. And Mac will be like, I remember building a new spawning pool. Where is it? He will say. And it won't exist. And he can't make more Lings. These Lings are running into a meat grinder scenario. Don't come in two at a time. But they're buying time for the Banelings to connect. And the Hydras. Oh, it's another Widow Mine shot on those Hydras. We don't die to them, but this Marauder murdering as well as he can over here, preventing some mining happening for sure. Dude, Chee. Again, forces a full darn evacuation of this fourth base entirely. All the drones have to get out of there. Boom, 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 boom. 17 Hydras. Range attack for the Hydras coming in. Spawning pool now going down. So good on Mac for recognizing, I guess it's pretty easy to figure out if you're going Lingbane Hydra that you don't have a spawning pool, because you're like, Z key! And the game's like, what? And then you say, I need a spawning pool. All right, so look, third base is up for Chee. He does a massive transfer of workers over here. Good on him. Because his main base is entirely mined out. Actually, not entirely mined out. One mineral patch remains. And this very sneaky ninja base, which isn't getting saturated. And if Chee loses the game, I'm going to put all of the blame on that base not being saturated. Oh, the medevac's getting picked out. This is the Hydra bit of this comp. The Hydra bit of this comp is that you can kill medevacs as they're fleeing from you. It's good. It's really good. All right, so suddenly Army's 95 to 89. Suddenly MackWinston has a lead here. Getting Adrenal for these Lings, like as soon as Zergly possible, would be amazing, but that would require a hive. Hey, look, a hive! And a lurker den. Okay. Mac's doing some good stuff here, but so is Chee. Chee's doing some good stuff. He just keeps calling mules down to this base. Like, I appreciate it, I do, but also, there we go, building some SCVs as well. He's working on it. Mac doesn't know about that or about this. He doesn't know if there are bases here or here either, which there aren't, but he just doesn't know. It's the problem. He knows he got scanned, which is scary. All right. Attacking up a Terran's ramp is widely considered a stupid idea. Don't do that. Oh, there's another drop right side, though. Chee. Oh, the fungal! The fungal connections. Yes. That's what we're talking about. Look at this. He's bringing the Hydra over. He's like, I want to kill it so bad. There's just only one Hydralisk. I can't do it by myself. It's close. It is close to doing it by yourself, Mr. Hydralisk. It is. More command centers, more Widow Mines, but guess what? He's got Hydras with range and a lot of detection. Widow Mines are going to be less effective here than they would be against a purely Ling Bane Ultra type combo, which again is Falcon's favorite one. So Chee's heading out while Mac is preparing for an attack. This, never base race Terran? Question mark. Seismic Spines on the way. A ton of Banelings just boop, are ready to rock here. And, okay, so someone I think has got to come home. Yeah, he just cancels this base. Mac's like, fine. I'll have 4 bases, I guess. My arm is on the other side of the map, and he showed up with anything. All right, so Mac's coming home. He's coming home, and he's going to wipe this out, but take some Widow Mine shots in the process, because you just can't avoid that. Ow. 7 kills. Widow Mine's actually unburrowing to try to be sneaky, and they aren't allowed to reburrow. Where are the Overseers? They didn't catch this dude. Are you serious? Meanwhile, dropping the main. Meanwhile, an attack over at the third 2. Chee is doing an amazing job of harassment and dropping in different places. Oh, here come the Banelings, packing himself into a corner. That's the best place you want to be, except in the medevac. But Hydralisks are here, so the medevac dies, and that one as well. Oh, nice fungal here from MackWinston. And all of the medevacs are going to go down thanks to the Hydralisks. Did he lose? What did he lose here? The Baneling Nest. The Baneling Nest and maybe another Evolution Chamber. Wow. So we're researching Adaptive Talon. A Widow Mine run by, killing 2 drones. This Widow Mine has 4 kills. This Widow Mine has 9 kills. All right, so the Overseers are coming. The Widow Mines are dead. And this has not been spotted yet. Is this the 4th base? I feel like the Ninja expansion do not count as like a 4th or a 5th base, right? So base 1, base 2, and base 3. Are we not taking the gas here? Chee, you are gas starved. Take these refineries. Ah, here comes the Zerg swarm. This is not a wall. Oh. The Great Wall of Supply Depots is not a wall. Widow Mine. Coming up. Hitting. And Command Center upgraded to Planetary Fortress. No! Cancelled and killed. Oh, and the Orbital Command cannot get away like it could if it was Ling Bane Ultra. And these guys are, I was going to say, these guys are very, very lucky. Okay. So there's something. You can take your luck a little bit too far, buddy. If you just run up here with those units, they would have been safe, but yar. Oh, taking the gas here at the Ninja expansion. Do not know you have Esping Geysers here at your 3rd. You know you have gas at your natural, and in your main. Woof. All right, so MackWinston has weathered the storm so far. It's up 183 to 130. Army supply 136 to 67. He is ahead. But attacking a Terran up a ramp into a waiting army is a good way to lose your entire army if you're a Zerg player especially. Okay, so 2 tanks in a planetary fortress. I kind of feel like you could take this. Sensor tower says army over here. I will make my dudes go over here to defend. I don't know. Maybe burrowing these lurkers and taking them down this debris to give yourself just another avenue for attack. But yeah, I do feel like this decision is a good one. Oh, so finding another medevac. Ooh, a full medevac. Rest in peace, all those dudes. I mean, MackWinston doesn't have a ton of bases, but more bases than the 3 that she has here. Although, again, the secret super magic ninja base that she has is not fully saturating this. Why? He doesn't have minerals or gas, actually. He's at 67 workers. Is he spending his money incredibly well, or has he just got a ton of idle SCVs? So, oh, look. Oh, my gosh, look. Okay. So he has 1 million idle SCVs is what we're looking at here. Trying to take this base. MackWinston says, no. No, you're not. Tanks down. MackWinston choosing not to go, kind of choosing to go up the ramp. Nice fungal there. Man, the fungals today have just been fantastic. This orbital's going to die. Too many hydras on the ground for that. If this was like, I don't know, 5 to 10 hydras, sure. But heck no, this is 31 hydralisks, probably more than we see traditionally in the Slingbane Hydra concept. You just need enough hydras to really deal with medevacs and liberators and floating off buildings. You don't want so many that tanks are just kind of crushing through them, but, you know, it's working here. Ooh, Chee has 2 additional command centers. He's going to try to expand up this way. I like it. I like the plan. Is he just... Oh, Mac, is he sharking around this way to check it out? He's got a new base. He needs that. He does. He does not, you know, as mineral and gas starved as Chee is, but he's under 1,000 minerals and around 1,400 gas. So that's fine. He's just, you know, in case an attack comes up this way, this is what we need to defend. These bases are new. These bases represent all of my income. If an attack comes down here, so be it. I've got some spines and spores to delay. I can run down there pretty quickly. My army is pretty fast. I am Zerg. I am the swarm. Oh, yeah, this is not happening. Once again, another upgrade attempt here. Kill the planetary. All right, I guess we can kill the command center first. Yeah, and then the planetary dies pretty fast. Yeah, these are +3 hydras and lings with adrenal, right? We got that. That did come through. Yeah, so adrenal came through. The lings have +3 attack just now, which is great. Ow, he drops. Oh, he drops and he kills the base. While that was happening, I was looking at upgrades. Look at him sitting in this dead airspace. He's like, haha, I've tricked you. There's a spire on the way, maybe for some corruptors to try to pick these medevacs out of the sky when the hydras can't quite get there. But man, he needs to do it. Oh, can't expand here. There's lurkers here. Ooh, there's a lurker here now. Good. Good, good. MackWinston thinks he's got his enemy. I like these overseers. He's got his enemy pinned, but he doesn't know about the ultra super secret ninja base. Man, he could have ninja'd here. Could have ninja'd here. And I'm not sure the Mac would have checked. But look, I like Chee. I like Chee's harassment a lot, but all these idle SCVs, not fully saturating his gases. Like, there's just a lot of stuff he needs to work on here. There's only 40 workers for Mac right now, which is nuts. He's trying to drone up a little bit here. He's recognizing he's undersaturated in a couple places. I mean, a lot of stuff is mined out, to be fair, so it's kind of hard to tell. But, wait, I gotta see this. Is he dropping in here again? He is, but guess what? There's lurkers, bucko! 2 lurkers here, man. Ow, ow, that did not go well for you at all, did it? Okay, so maybe go back to check-in. Oh, he's like, crap, there's an army here. He's been building army to defend the ninja if it gets found, which is great. I like that a lot, man. Yeah, these guys came in, obviously. They just dropped in from up here because the army left him. Oh, he's so close to... Oh, no! Wait! Abort! Change of plans! Everything dies! That is the worst bailing attack vector possible. But hey, it worked out because there was no micro on Chee's side. And that's your GG. I love how that ended. Chee's like, as long as I have my ninja base, I'll be fine. I can live through it. I've lived through worse. No, I can't expand here or here, which is terrible, but I can hold on to this ninja, and with that, I can get enough money to get up to max and take down this Hydroling Bane Infestor army. No, that ended. That's so good. She's like, look, I don't have any money left. I don't have much of an army, really. But as long as this ninja exists, I'm going to stay in the game. I found it. GG. Done. Dunzo. That's fantastic. So yeah, MackWinston, good example of, like I said earlier, just weathering the storm, just dealing with the loss of tech structures, the Baling Nest, the spawning pool, an evolution chamber, a hatchery, 31 drones died, right? An extractor died too, 6 spines. I mean, just a ton of dead stuff here. On the other hand, though, if you kill 3 command centers and 2 orbitals and a couple planetaries, I think those were probably included in this command center thing because the planetaries hadn't finished yet. Terrible, terrible stuff there. Yeah, so chee, here's the thing. If you're going to be an elite StarCraft player, you got to be good at the harassment and the micro as well as the macro. And if you're just really good at the harassment, which he was, chee was very good at harassing today. He really kept MackWinston on the back foot. He slowed him down economically immensely. Mac has 44 workers at 24 minutes. Mac is a much better macro player than that. I mean, he lost 30 workers, so he should have 70, right? But if you kill 30 workers and bases and it slows down the Zerg, but you also have to be macroing back home. You got to take your 3rd base a lot faster. You got to get a 4th base. Defend that with maybe, I mean, there was a planetary coming up, but it died when the attack came. So maybe support it with some tanks back here. Marines, Marauders. The big thing that the Mac did here is he had Spellcaster. He had the Spellcaster, the Infestor. He threw down Fungals in great positions, helped clean up drops very well. Why don't we see more Infestor play from pros? It's because ghosts exist. And if you EMP the Infestors, then they're just kind of big hunks of nothing, right? So I mean, if your opponent doesn't have ghosts and you're using Infestors, the odds are that you're probably going to beat them, is how this works. And if you're a Protoss and you're using High Templar with Storm against a Zerg who's not using any Vipers or Infestors, then yeah, you're probably going to beat them too. Spellcasters, big deal. Really strong. So yeah, overall, great game. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. 26,000 resources lost for chee and only 19 for Mac. That is some pretty cost-efficient stuff for a ZVT win. That's 24 minutes long. That's nuts. That is actually very impressive cost-efficient things. Only 13 Hydras died today. There were 31 at the end of the game. That's some pretty good play too. 2 Lurkers died, 9 at the end of the game. Yeah, overall, Mac did a good job not overcommitting to stuff. He did crush stuff that he could when he found it, but he wasn't ever like, let me... Like this, like I am not a patient StarCraft player, especially because I'm Zerg. I feel like because I'm Zerg, I should just be able to murder into every position ever and win. I would have come through here. I would have gotten stopped up on these supply depots. My banelings would have been in the back because they're dumb. This Planetary would have got huge shots off. The tanks would have just murdered everything. MackWinston probably would have won if he'd popped in here, right? Just a move in here, bury your lurkers like in this position. You can hit the tanks, you can hit the planetary, and the Hydras are kind of burning everything else down. Lings and banelings are connecting too. But it would have been a lot of dead Zerg stuff. And I just think Mac said I can't really remax or anything. I don't have the minerals for that. So he chose not to, and it works out. He's like, look, I can just starve my opponent out. It's fine. If he wants to move out, he can. I'm just going to deny the bases that are easy for me to deny, right? Anyway. Good stuff. Really, really good game there, Mac. Well done. And that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, A Legacy of the Void, and another Patreon cast. Go ahead. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.
The path of ascension is before us. Our honor guides us.